Hi everyone, it's me the Jonin Monkey again, and welcome to Video Game Troubadour, where we talk about the best and the worst of video game storytelling. But this time we're going to be doing something slightly different. This is the first impressions of a demo for a game. You may be wondering what the heck the point of this is. Well, it's the demo of a KickStarter project. To be more precise, a visual novel known as Windaria Destiny. This was recommended to me by a friend, and the Kickstarter is about a week away from completion and it's not doing so well, so it needs all the help and attention it can get. Hence why I'm drumming up this video, to encourage you to support it. Although, just to be clear, I'm not doing this simply as a favour for a friend, because I've played through the demo and, honestly, I feel the concept does have a lot of potential and I would like to see it get made into a full game. Now, admittedly, the premise itself starts off fairly standard. A common boy named Evan has fallen in love with a princess named Aria, and she is engaged to someone else for the good of the kingdom. And because it's a romantic fantasy story, some of the prose do get a little bit melodramatic. But whilst it might sound a bit goofy, it honestly fits the setting as far as I'm concerned. But that's not to say the game is treading on old ground. For you see, there is a twist! The twist in this case being that Evan is blind. Yeah, Evan was crippled at a young age, and he was more or less adopted into the castle by the princess, hence why he's on the grounds. He generally gets around by focusing all of his other senses. It's not quite Daredevil levels, but he can judge distances based on footsteps, and he also relies on memory to help him get around the castle. At first it creates a weird disconnect since you can see things like expressions on the characters which your main character cannot. But the more it goes on, the more it begins to make sense. In fact, it actually helps to describe the scene since visual novels tend to be limited in how much they can describe. They can only rely on stock poses and backgrounds. But because Evan doesn't see any of that, he focuses more on the little details of the scene, like how confident someone's footsteps sound, or being able to pick up gossip and cries of despair as he walks down the castle halls, all of which helps to flesh out the scene in a unique way. This also allows the sound design to show off their skills, as little details such as the king scribbling down notes whilst he's talking to Evan really help to enhance the scenes even further. This is all interesting on its own, but what elevates it further is the rather unique position Evan finds himself in. Like I said, he was adopted by Princess Aria, so everyone accepts that he's there, but in the first conversation with the king, he makes it very clear that whilst there's no direct hostility to him, at least not from everybody, most of the castle staff are basically asking themselves, why are you here? You contribute nothing to this place. This combined with the fact that Arya may leave his life pretty soon, he's caught between the choice of does he rebel against the system, take Arya and run away, or does he just accept his fate and try to prove to the rest of the castle staff that he is worth something. It's an intriguing conflict, and it leads to one incredibly tense confrontation at the end of the demo when Evan is being attacked by the captain of the guard, and he doesn't know if it's an elaborate test to prove his loyalty or an attempt on his life. This leads to the first major decision of the story, and of course that's when the demo decides to leave you on a cliffhanger. Damn you! But yeah, in all seriousness, that scene was great. It had a lot of tension and was building up to an epic climax, so if nothing else, I would just like to see how that scene resolves. And with a prologue as promising as this, I really want to see what else this development team can create. So if any of the stuff I've mentioned has intrigued you, please give them the support to the Kickstarter. I've left the link in the description, and even if it's only a couple of dollars, that's still better than nothing. They need all the help they can get at this point. I've been the Jonin Monkey, and until next time, cheerio!